There have been many developments on the Jammu and Kashmir story today, from the Supreme Court to, in fact, the governor's residence, and also expectations from the cabinet, which is going to announce its decision soon. The push, the blueprint for the way forward for Kashmir, and of course, the ground situation. Let's just begin with many of these developments. We'll try and break it down for our viewers, in fact, to come up to speed with what has happened through the day. Let's start with what just happened in just about 15-20 minutes back. Governor of Jammu and Kashmir, Satyapal Malik, made a number of announcements for the newly minted Union Territory. In fact, the governor said there will be a recruitment drive for the youth in the state. The governor also made an announcement, 50,000 jobs from Jammu and Kashmir for Jammu and Kashmir youth, largely in the defense and paramilitary forces. Apart from that, 50 more degree colleges for Jammu and Kashmir. The governor also said that there will be increased support for the price for Jammu and Kashmir farmers, because remember, after the abrogation of Article 370, there have been many issues that the industry in Jammu and Kashmir is facing. We'll just try and play, in fact, those bites of Governor Satyapal Malik. But before we do that, let me also very quickly bring in National Affairs Editor Rahul Shrivastava to just get perspective on the announcements made by the government. Because, Rahul, this comes at a very interesting time when we were expecting a big cabinet push announcement from the Union Cabinet about their blueprint for the way forward in Jammu and Kashmir. Satyapal Malik seems to be, in fact, taking a lead on that, announcing a mega push from the government side.
Yes, Ankit, I think it is interesting, and I think there is a bit of deliberate to it, primarily because I think what the government, central government is doing is giving the governor a certain amount of space. You see, over the last 25 odd days, what has happened in Jammu and Kashmir, that there is a clampdown and there is a seething undercurrent as far as the Kashmir Valley is concerned. In that scenario, if you see the tone and tenor of what Mr. Satyapal Malik today said, is a very important thing, is that enough will be done for the locals. Please tolerate the clampdown for a little while. Easing and softening is concerned. So what he is trying to indicate, that it is not an iron fist which they have been facing. There will be a certain amount of relaxation, and there is an olive branch coming as far as the local is concerned. A certain fruits will accrue to them once they accept the offers as far as the government is concerned. I think the 50,000 jobs is a very critical element. The second, 5,500 crore rupees being earmarked for virtually lifting 50% of the produce in Kashmir as far as the apple growers concerned are major steps, because in the last few days, especially the farmers have been suffering.
Rahul, you know, that is the part as far as the developments, the Vikas push of the government is concerned. After integration of Jammu and Kashmir, at least the land of Jammu and Kashmir, now the government also trying to make sure that the people don't feel left out, and there is this push is being made by the government. The governor announcing many things today, but also very quickly, Rahul, a word about the politics around this. The governor has also been criticized by, in fact, getting into the party politics when it comes to Article 370 and the situation in Jammu and Kashmir. Today, again, he made few comments as far as Rahul Gandhi is concerned.
Yes, Ankit, I think the governor might be doing a very tough job, and I think he's making his job tougher. First time he said that Rahul Gandhi is most welcome to come to Kashmir, and I will give him a plane if he wants to. When Rahul Gandhi landed up with a horde of opposition leaders, they were denied entry to the area. Now, who gave the authority to the governor to extend invitations of that kind? You see, I was just discussing earlier with the people, what generally the belief is that at a time like this, the 1994 February 22 kind of a consensus on Kashmir is the key, where Jammu and Kashmir is integral part of India, is the say where all opposition parties have to be on the same page.
Right.
I will say that at a time the BJP also cannot do saber rattling, कि वो सोचे कि वो तलवार चलाएगी और बाकी लोग political खुरपी लेके बैठेंगे. I think it needs a certain amount of discretion from government and the opposition.
Rahul summed up very well indeed. Stay on with me. Let's also play out this exclusive conversation my colleague Pooja Shali had with Governor of Jammu and Kashmir, Satyapal Malik.
बना पाएगी, क्योंकि सवाल ये उठेगा सरकार पे विश्वास जो है।
क्या क्या समझा नहीं?
मतलब लोगों को लग रहा है अनाउंसमेंट हो रही है, क्लैरिटी और देना चाहिए सरकार को सर धीरे धीरे।
क्या बताएं?
अनाउंसमेंट्स का जिस तरह आज आपने किया, क्या आप मानते हैं क्योंकि अगर क्लैरिटी आएगी तो अफवाहें नहीं फैलेंगी?
रोज ही दे रहे हैं, रोज प्रेस हो रही है। हाँ, कोई बात हो आप उनसे पूछ सकते हैं, और मैं यहाँ हूँ।
हाँ।
आप अगर दरवाजे पे आएंगे तो मैं वापस नहीं करूंगा, मैं बता दूंगा जो भी
आप
पूछेंगे।
किस तरह से देखते हैं अगले कुछ दिन सर कश्मीर घाटी
मैं
के लिए?
देखिए कश्मीर घाटी के लिए मैं सेफली कह सकता हूँ, कश्मीर हैज गॉट ए ग्रेट फ्यूचर। यहाँ के लड़का लड़कियों में बहुत टैलेंट है, ये लोग बहुत आगे बढ़ेंगे। तुम्हारी फुटबॉल टीम इतना बढ़िया कर रही है, उसको आप अप्रिशिएट नहीं कर रहे हैं।
आपको लगता है कहीं जो कुछ लोग चाहे गुस्सा हो या किसी तरह से वो हो, उनको लगे कि सरकार का क्या एजेंडा है, वो धीरे धीरे अब क्लैरिटी और आएगी?
करेंगे, हम बता भी रहे हैं, ऐड देंगे सब अखबारों में तीनों लैंग्वेज में, और उनको हम बताएंगे कि वी आर नॉट एनिमीज, हम आपके लिए हैं, आपके लिए काम करेंगे, इसके ये फायदे होंगे।
बस एक आखिरी सवाल सर, पाकिस्तान जरूर कोशिश करेगा डिस्टर्बेंसेस क्रिएट करने के लिए, तो सरकार उस पर
कर रहा है, वो तो रोज कर रहा है, बॉर्डर पे रोज कर रहा है। हमारी फोर्सेस बिल्कुल मुस्तैद हैं और वो ही वॉन्ट सक्सीड। वो तो खुद ही बेचारा अपनी प्रॉब्लम है इसलिए कर रहा है।
और नेताओं को क्या कहेंगे दूसरी पार्टी से जो डिटेन्ड है उनके
जो
लिए?
डिटेन्ड है, आई विश देम वेल। उनको कोई दिक्कत हो मुझे खबर कराएं।
हाँ।
मैं उनकी सहूलियत करूंगा।
डिटेल और रिलीज कब होंगे वो?
रिलीज तो देखो जितने बड़े नेता बनेंगे उतनी देर से होंगे।
आपकी तरह से जिस तरह का। थैंक यू सो मच गवर्नर सर, हमारे साथ बातचीत करते हुए बहुत जरूरी ये उन्होंने मैसेज दिया कि नेता हमारी बात सुने। और आज जो अश्योरेंस है, बहुत बड़ा अश्योरेंस आया है ये गवर्नर की तरफ से, क्योंकि देखिए पिछले कुछ दिनों से क्लैरिटी नहीं थी, जिसका मतलब है अफवाहें फैल रही थी, एजेंडाज प्ले आउट हो रहे थे। तो आज जब गवर्नर सर खुद जो सत्यपाल मलिक हैं यहाँ,
That was Governor Satyapal Malik speaking to my colleague Pooja Shali. Rahul, I have to sum it up and we have to go to other developments from the Supreme Court, but very quickly, once again, in the end, what does he mean? जो जितने बड़ा नेता बनेगा उतने दिन तक उसमें रहेगा डिटेंशन में. This is a democratic country. These leaders have in fact faced won elections at a time when there was terrorism at its height as well. This is a statement in bad taste.
And also these leaders have been a buffer between militancy, separatists and others, and a general sentiment for India. So I think it was a political comment. It was a comment which is made at political rallies. I think the governor certainly needs discretion, because if the BJP is criticizing Rahul Gandhi for deaths in Kashmir and Pakistan utilizing it, I think the governor has no business calling Rahul Gandhi, an ex-president of a political party like Congress, a political juvenile.
This is possibly the discretion that also needs to come in, because remember, the governor is not of any political party. He's supposed to be a constitutional authority, and that should also be reflected in the way the governor conducts himself and the statements that he makes. Another big development on Kashmir today, in fact, we saw from the Supreme Court, where a clutch of petitions, of about 14 petitions today, were in fact, which were filed earlier, were taken today in the Supreme Court. Now, there were some petitions challenging the Article 370's constitutional validity. Others were about subsequent clampdown in the valley. Let's very quickly get you a quick update on the top developments which came out from the Supreme Court today. All right. So development number one, the Supreme Court today referred to a 5-judge bench batch of petitions challenging the constitutional validity of Article 370, which has been abrogated from the state of Jammu and Kashmir. The Supreme Court overlooked the pleas by the top government council to refrain from issuing any notice over ending of Jammu and Kashmir special status. In fact, the Solicitor General went across and said that if you issue notice, that would possibly be a problem that will be taken up by Pakistan in various international forums. Now, development number two, the other big thing coming out from the Supreme Court, the court issued notices to Centre and Jammu and Kashmir administration and asked them to reply in 7 days over the ongoing media clampdown. This was in response to the petition filed by editor of Kashmir Times, Anuradha Bhasin. She had in her plea said that there is a clampdown which is hampering the work of media in the state of Jammu and Kashmir.
चीफ जस्टिस साहब ने बोल दिया कि ये कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बेंच सुनेगी, क्योंकि हम इसको इन पिटिशंस को अपोज कर रहे थे। कैविएटर की तरफ से डॉक्टर चारोवली खन्ना और रूट्स इन कश्मीर में तरफ से अपियर हो रहा था। मैंने कहा कि हमको इसमें सुनवाई दे, क्योंकि हम 30 साल से अपने घर से बाहर है और हमको भी इसमें सुनवाई दे। चीफ जस्टिस साहब ने हर एक को बोल दिया हम सुनेंगे, इसको अक्टूबर में सुनेंगे। और ये आज एक अच्छा पॉइंट हुआ कि कोई स्टे नहीं मिला, जब उन्होंने ऑलरेडी स्टे मांगा था। इसमें स्टे सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कोई नहीं दिया। इसका मतलब है कि वहाँ जो 5 अगस्त 2019 की स्थिति है, उसके बाद जो नोटिफिकेशंस और प्रोमोगुलेशन आई है वो बरकरार रहेगी और आपका कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ जम्मू कश्मीर अब नहीं रहेगा।
Now, big development number 3. In fact, the Supreme Court also allowed Sitaram Yechury to go on personal visit to the valley to meet ailing party colleague Yusuf Tarigami, and also said the visit must strictly be personal. Nothing else but visiting your friend. Sitaram Yechury is expected to leave for Srinagar tomorrow.
Mohammad Yusuf Tarigami is a very senior leader, political leader in Kashmir. He is our party's central committee member. He's been elected 4 continuous terms to the assembly. Even in this dissolved assembly, he is a member. So, I mean, somebody like that who's not keeping good health, that we all know, when we go carry medicines to him, we are not permitted twice. So this time the Supreme Court has said, no, they permit me to go. And the direction is that I go meet him, and find out his health condition, come back and report to the Supreme Court through an affidavit. And then this case will proceed.
So you're travelling tomorrow?
I'll be travelling tomorrow.
The court has also allowed a Kashmiri student in Delhi to visit his parents in Anantnag. The Supreme Court said the police escort should be provided to the student who's studying at the Jamia Millia University in Delhi. The student had moved a plea saying he is unable to meet or get in touch with his parents, those who are in Anantnag. Let me now go across to my colleague Anisha Mathur, who is joining us with more details from this story. Anisha, just to get more perspective on this story, today it was sort of a balancing act that was done by the Supreme Court, not changing the current status as far as the Article 370 and the implications go, but also telling the government that they are interested in hearing about the constitutional validity and other challenges as far as Article 370 goes.
Well, yes, Ankit, remember the original petitions challenge on the issue of Article 370 and Article 35A have been pending since 2014, and now after the government has taken its decision, 9 petitions have been filed challenging the abrogation of Article 370 and the J&K Reorganization Act. These petitioners have raised the argument that constitutionally the government could not have taken this decision, that the elected representatives, the elected assembly of Jammu and Kashmir is the only body which could have recommended any such decision. The governor could not have signed off on any such decision. All of these arguments, the legal arguments, will be heard from the first week of October by a 5-judge constitution bench, and that is going to be very, very significant, as the court is finally going to be putting to rest this entire question of whether the government was legally correct in abrogating Article 370 in this particular manner. But what is also significant is the government's arguments saying that this is going to have an international impact.
All right, Anisha, thank you. We'll keep a very close eye. In 7 days, the government has to go back to the Supreme Court with its response as far as the freedom of press is concerned. Meanwhile, the other, in fact, area of focus on Jammu and Kashmir today, remember, is the 24th day of the clampdown in the state. Political detentions continue. My colleague Pooja Shali also spoke to the governor earlier about this, but we have got an exclusive for our viewers. India Today is the only channel that has been able to reach the makeshift detention centers where former chief ministers of Jammu and Kashmir, Umar Abdullah and Mahbooba Mufti, have been detained since August 6th. The day Article 370 was abrogated. In fact, how they are spending their time, Ashraf Wani, my colleague, with this ground report from the Chashme Shahi guest house where Mahbooba Mufti is lodged, and Hari Nivas where Umar Abdullah has been detained. Take a look at this exclusive report.
It is the 23rd day of detention of former J&K Chief Minister Mahbooba Mufti. We are going to show you on the TV the specific house or the guest house where Mahbooba Mufti is currently detained. This is the government hut of the Chashme Shahi where Mahbooba Mufti has been detained since 6th of August. She was at house arrest, but has finally been put in this particular guest house since 6th of August. And there are many limitations on the former Chief Minister. She has not been provided by any kind of internet. She has no any kind of connectivity by the telephones where she can contact with the people or with her party leaders. But as far as the sources are concerned, the daily newspapers are being provided to Mehbooba Mufti here in this particular house. Also, she has been provided with the satellite television where she could be knowing about the world and the country and the state. And also some couriers are being allowed to meet her if she needs anything, but also kept on the scrutinized by the Jammu and Kashmir police. As the Mehbooba Mufti is under the protection of special security group of the Jammu and Kashmir police, so that security team is fully with them and taking care of her security even in this sub-jail, the guest house of Jammu and Kashmir police here in Chashme Shahi area. With Tariq Loan Ashrafani for India Today in Chashme Shahi. This is the main gate of the Hari Nawaz Palace here in the Srinagar, which has been converted into sub-jail, and former Chief Minister Umar Abdullah has been so far detained since 6th of August in this building. Initially, both the leaders, both the former Chief Ministers Mehbooba Mufti and the Umar Abdullah were detained in this particular guest house, which was once the Chief Minister's residence of the government, constructed by then Chief Minister Ghulam Nabi Azad, but now converted into sub-jail, and former Chief Minister has been so far detained here. It has a large and huge area, and Umar Abdullah is early in the morning every day doing the field exercise and even using the gym, which has been already placed inside that building. So far, Umar Abdullah is completely being prevented to contact any of his supporters, workers or leaders of his party, because no internet or telephone facility has been provided to former Chief Minister, but the newspapers on the daily basis which are published from the Kashmir and Srinagar are being provided to the former Chief Minister.
That was an exclusive report from the makeshift detention centers for Umar Abdullah and Mehbooba Mufti. Meanwhile, 24th day of the clampdown. Normalcy, you know, in some shades, in fact, is limping back, is seen back in the valley. As Jammu and Kashmir administration is putting efforts to ease the clampdown after primary and middle schools. High schools have also been reopened in the areas where restrictions have already been lifted. However, the attendance remains a problem as students did not turn up in the schools. The administration says 3,037 primary schools, 774 middle schools have already been open, and the efforts are underway to improve the attendance. My colleague Pooja Shali with this crowd report.
Earlier, the government shut the educational institutions, and now, due to a security situation or possibly stone pelting, even the middle schools are still shut. The schools are open, the staff members and the teachers have been coming, but there is no students that I've been able to see in many of the schools. This is a government school I'm in, and it seems that there is still this fear of security which remains sensitive, and the administration says thousands of schools are opening, but education is the first disruption of children of Kashmir each time the conflict happens, whether it is from the government restrictions or whether it is a terror threat from the militants or a security situation. This is an examination time. The children are waiting to return to classes, but who will give them and their parents the assurance of the security and normalcy here in the valley? With Nasir Aziz Khan in Srinagar, Pooja Shali.
Let me go across and bring a quick update from my colleague Pooja Shali, who is joining us this evening from Srinagar. Pooja, you know, attendance still a problem, and also the confidence of the people. Despite all these announcements which have been made by the government, it doesn't seem that the people have confidence enough to come out and send their children to the school.
A huge announcement today, Ankit. I'm reporting from the governor's residence. This is precisely the announcement that was awaited, because I'd been speaking to people. They had no clarity, and that is why it was leading to all sorts of speculation and rumor mongering. 50,000 government offices recruitment drive to begin. Apple growers, whose stories, in fact, India Today ran very clearly that their business was suffering. That report has been taken cognizance of by the governor, and they've said we are aware about some of the problems there, and the NAFED has been in discussion. They will be sold at a market price which will be more than usual, and 5,500 crores will be used to buy those apples from the Jammu and Kashmir, specifically Kashmir Valley. We're also talking about skill development. Skill development, Ankit, will be given to the youth here, and to ensure that they're given opportunities. Also, of course, snarky remarks against opposition leaders. The governor saying, well, you know, I was in prison for 30 years, at least 30 times. These netas have been just there for a while. No confirmation on when they will be released. But importantly, when question was put on Rahul Gandhi, on Sitaram Yeshuri, I asked him on Sitaram Yeshuri's arrival tomorrow, and he said, as the court has suggested, Sitaram Yeshuri should go meet Tarigami, another leader, and then return quietly as the court has ordered. Over to you.
Thank you, Pooja, for bringing us that update from Srinagar. With that, we are slipping into a very short break. It is also related to Kashmir, but the political slugfest between the Congress and the BJP is only worsening, to say the least. And Rahul Gandhi once again finds himself at the center of this controversy. Many are